Hi everyone, today I am working with the Sweet as a Peach stamp set and the peach dies. These are so cute and they are from the annual catalog. I really liked the whole coordination of this one, and so I thought I would kind of show you the stamps. They've got peaches and then also little blossoms that you can put on your cards as well. Peach blossoms. I like the sentiments. You've got a birthday and a thanks so much, but there's also some cute peachy things like sweet as a peach or have a peachy day, and you can combine them like thanks for being as sweet as a peach, or you're as sweet as a peach, and so cute like that. And then happy birthday to a sweet friend, really cute, and it's just an adorable little set. And I like the dies that they've given you. There's the cutouts for all the images, including the leaf and everything, and then there's these tiny itty bitty little flowers, which I have used on a lot of cards that have nothing to do with the peaches, because they're just the cutest little things, and I kind of sprinkle them around like you can do a shaker card with little flowers. They're just really adorable. Same with the tiny little leaves. And then you've got a branch here too, so you can kind of make a whole little branch of peach tree looking things. And then one little sentiment here, and I like this little one because it's for these tiny words. So you can stamp or emboss the sweet as a peach, and then, you know, thanks for being as fits inside this little word window here, like, or you can have it, yeah, like a window underneath. So it's cute little layering opportunities, and I just really like, the whole thought behind the dies lately. I think I keep saying that in every video, but it's true. Anyway, Sweet as a Peach, really cute, and it's in the annual catalog. And another thing in the annual catalog that goes along with it are a paper pack, which is really cute, and as you can see, I've used a bit of it. You've got this really cute little tiny peaches, which I think are so sweet. On the back, you've got this really beautiful watercolor, and I love all things watercolor. Then there's this big one, and actually I tried to see if some of these peaches cut out, and they do. This one you could cut out. It's not perfect, but you could. You could also hand cut them, but I think it looks really pretty all as is, and I don't know that I would do it. I like this dot. There's some stripe. There's a balmy blue stripe and a calypso coral. And then there's tiny little flowers, little field flowers, so that doesn't have to necessarily, actually a lot of these don't have to go with the peach theme. Here's another large peach. And again, I don't think these were meant to use with the dies, but like this one here, so close if you just really felt obligated to cut that out. And then this is nice. I think I've only got bits and pieces of the leftover ones here. Yeah, I don't have all of the different sheets anymore because I've used quite a bit of it, but I wanted to give you an idea of that Designer Series paper pack because it is so nice, and it's great for the peaches, but not necessarily peach specific. You can get a lot of use out of it by flipping it over if you don't need any more peaches. Anyway, that is that. And then these little jam jars are so adorable, and they're food safe, and we used these at Stamp Camp this weekend, and so I wanted to show you how we did that. So we're going to make a card and the peach jars. As you can see, they're food safe. Here they used it with actual jelly type preserves, although we didn't do that at Stamp Camp. We used candy. And they're real cute. They come in a pack of 6, and there's 6 in a pack for $9, so not that expensive. Okay, I'll show you the finished one. Here it is. So cute. These are delicious little candies. I'll show you what pack that is from and how to neatly wrap your lid. And then here's some cards I had on display. I had this one that I got in a card swap. I had this one, and this one's cute. Super cute. I have this one that I had a bunch of these circles left over because I created, let's see if I have it on my desk still. I do. I made this with these cute little chickens, and I had so many of these little pale papaya circles left over, and I wanted to use them, so I used them here on this peach card. And then I made this one just this morning. So we're going to make this one together, and then we're going to make the jar. So I want to show you some fun ways that you can use that stamp set. First, let me show you the pieces. You've got a base in balmy blue, and then I cut a background piece 5.5 by 4.25 in this really pretty pattern. And then this is also from something I cut out. I made a bunch of shaker cards and I needed a window. I love the stitching left behind in that window, so I wanted to save these, and I have a whole pile and I just keep using them on cards. But this is from the Stitched Rectangles dies, and that is a really cute little rectangle there. And then I added a little strip. It's the other side of this paper right here, and it's 1.5 inches by 2 7/8, like that. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and attach these just so they're not loose on my desk. Since no stamping is occurring on these pieces, I can glue them right down. Now for stamping, I want to show you a way to use this stamp. I'm going to clean it first because I have ink all over it. My hands get so inky by the end of the day. Okay, so a trick for this one, if you'll notice, it's got spaces. You can see it better on the box. And see these little cutout areas, and that's so that you can layer the peach directly on there when you're stamping. Now I'm going to cut these out, so I don't need to make them layer, but I want to show you that you can do it, so we're going to stamp that. They fit perfectly, and then the flowers. So the flowers fit and the peaches fit, and you have this cute little die with these cutouts. And the problem with that is sometimes when you peel it off and then you go to stick it on the block, you might manipulate it more than you know. You might not think you did, and then when you go to cut it out with the dies don't line up because you've bent the stem slightly, because it's just got some thin spots on these long skinny ones. So what I do is I take it off of the sheet and I just let it plop onto my paper here with the part that needs to touch the block facing up, and just let it sit, and then you know that you haven't manipulated it, and then grab it that way. Because if I try to place it myself on the block, I might inadvertently twist that, and it sticks, it stays in place, and yet when I go to cut it out, I'm going to be like, oh no. I do make those sound effects at home. Okay, so that way I know that I didn't manipulate it. It's fine, it's going to work with the die cuts. So that's my tip on that, and just kind of keep that in mind when doing those skinny ones. Okay, so let's cut out or stamp that. Oh, I want to show you how to line up the peaches too. So we're going to stamp in Pear Pizzazz. And this is a green I don't reach for a lot, and I am happy that it's in this Designer Series paper, because I tend to look at what colors are in the Designer Series paper when I'm using it, and I haven't used this color in a long time. So I was happy to see it. It forces me to get it out. Another thing I want to point out with this stamp is that this is one of those stamps that has called distinctive. I think they have, see how there's a light area and a dark area, and that has to do with how the stamp is made. It's got little tiny areas, little divots, little tiny dimpling or stippling, I'm not sure what the right word is, but so the ink can't pool in those areas, and that's how you get darks and lights in here. So this leaf you might see is lighter here. That's not because I didn't apply pressure evenly, it's because it's not meant to. You're supposed to have some highlights and lowlights. You can see on the peach this side doesn't ink as much as this side does, and peaches are kind of fuzzy anyway, so that kind of gives you, it's just a different look. It's how the stamp is supposed to be, so don't think that you're not applying your pressure or that you're doing something funky. That is how it is supposed to be. Okay, and let me grab those peaches. Here they are. Now for the peaches, I wanted to give them a two-tone look. They show this in the catalog too, and so I want to show you how to do that. I'm stamping in Pale Papaya, and then I'm going to grab a sponge and I'm going to add a little bit of Calypso Coral, just a touch. See, just like the paper has the two tones to it, I'm going to do that. So I'm picking it up on my sponge, and I'm just going to dab it in some areas, just on the bottoms of the peaches. You can do this with a Q-tip too, or if you have a larger sponge, kind of just pinch it so it's small. And then I added a little bit of the coral kind of where the stem hits the branch, like where the peach is hanging on. Okay, now to line this up, I might have to put my head in front of the camera, sorry. But see these little stems? They line up with the little dimples in the peach. So you kind of have to, and sorry about my head being in here, line that up. And it doesn't have to be perfect, don't make yourself crazy. And then you've got your peaches hanging on that vine. And then I did a flower so that you could see that it works with the flower. And now I don't know what I did with it. Here it is. Same idea. Whoops. There you go. And I'll have to turn those into something later on. Alright, so now we're going to stamp again, but this time we're going to die cut. Is that going to fit? Yes. And then those peaches, I'm going to do the same thing. I have to clean it because I have Calypso coral in there and I don't want to get that into my pale papaya. Okay. Okay, these we're just going to cut out. There we go. Now while I'm stamping, I'm going to stamp my large peach for the jar. So we'll do the large one as well. And I'm doing the same thing. I inked it up, and then I'm adding highlights. Okay, and then, oh, I added a lot of highlights on that one. I wonder if I can squeeze in this stem. Let's see. I think I can. Okay, there's all my pieces that I need to cut out. Okay, this is not going to fit on my mini, so I'm going to just trim it a little bit. Ah. And see what I mean? It lines up nicely. Had I bent it, then I might have cut off my leaves. Okay. Okay, all our cutting is done. So we're going to start an assembling now. Oh, I want to stamp on this. So I've got happy birthday to a sweet friend is what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to do that in embossing. So I'm going to grab my Versamark, Now you can put them both on the same block and stamp at the same time. However, I wanted them to be a little closer together, and the spacing would be a little bigger if I did it that way, so I'm going to do it separately. I'm just realizing my daughter put glitter on my thumbnails the other day, and it's going to show up in the video. I forgot to take that off. Alright, sorry if my head goes in front. I like to be right on top of it. Okay, and then I wrapped it in some ribbon. And this is the white crinkle seam binding ribbon, which is a really great ribbon to have because you can dye it any color you want, and it's so thin that it does not add bulk in your envelopes. So I like this one a lot. I'm going to tie the bow towards the top. And I like to stick a glue dot behind the knot just so that the bow stays exactly where I want it. And I want it right on that line of designer series paper to cardstock. There we go. Okay. And then here's our little branch. And I'm going to stick that down with some dimensionals. And then I'm going to put down my peaches. And then on the inside, let's dress up that inside a little bit. I'm gonna do that big peach. And then I wanted to do Hope Your Day Is. There it is. Couldn't find that one. This is another one that you might be tempted to peel in place, and then just the tiniest little manipulation with your hand when you're putting it on the block could make it crooked. So I do the same thing. I lay them down, these little skinny ones. So I've got a pair. Hope your day is as sweet as a peach, and that will be the inside. Okay, there we go. Now I want to show you that jam jar. So cute. We did all our stamping for that, so I'm going to put these away. Okay. Here is the jam jar. So first we need some sticky strip to go around the outside. And you're going to go as close to the top as you can. And then I cut myself some circles, and I cut them, let me see if I can find it, out of the scallop circle dies, and this is the largest of the scalloped circles. So you want to use that one, and then you're going to, you might want to put a little bit of tear tape on your top of your jar. Whoa, hold it in place. Okay, so now you want to center this. I'm going to do it this way. Sorry again for my hand. If I wasn't filming, I'd be standing up doing that. Okay, so you've got it like that. And then to make this even, what you do is you're going to pinch across from each other, top and bottom, and then do it again. So you've got it like that, and then you're going to do it again. Okay, so you've got it like this now. And then you need to flatten these if you want to. They kind of look cute like that, really. But if you want to flatten them, what you're going to do is kind of roll it, so go like all in the same direction. So like you're pleating it. And that way, by doing it across, you've got it nice and even amount all the way around. Now let me show you the candy that I put in here. So cute. Okay, these, Haribo peaches, and they're delicious. And I think I was able to get 3 jars filled with 1 pack, maybe a little more. And they smell so good. Okay, so you're going to fill up your jar, and there's so many options. You don't have to do peaches. There's all kinds of fruity candies, or chocolate covered cherries, or chocolate blueberries sometimes I've seen at this place in town. So just real cute. And fill that up, and then we're just going to put some string on here. So I've got a tip for that as well. Linen thread works. This is some retired thread, so that is not in the annual catalog. I just happen to have baker's twine in like every color imaginable because I grab it when it goes on the clearance rack. Again, I recommend looking at that clearance rack. There is so often, this one might have been from a paper pumpkin. There's so often great stuff on the clearance rack. So you want to give yourself a glue dot top and bottom just to kind of stabilize. And you're going to want to have enough to tie a bow, so I'm going to leave that hanging. And I'm going to press into that glue dot and then make an angle here. Press into that glue dot on the bottom and come up. And if you want to add another glue dot, you can, because you're going to cover that with the knot anyway, and that will stay, keep it in place. I saw another peach candy that was like a ring, kind of like almost like a gummy donut peach ring. And those I bought them first, actually, for Stamp Camp, because I was looking for these and I didn't see them at my grocery store. I only saw the ring kind, and my kids were like, can we eat them? Can we eat them? And I'm like, no, I need them, I need them. And then I found this one at Target. And I was so excited because I think they're so much more realistic. You can even use dried fruits, something a little healthier. Little nuts, so many things. Oh, I thought of putting nuts in here and doing, you know, filling it with some really nice nuts for someone, and then filling it or decorating it like this. Let me show you. I was thinking I could put a little tag with a squirrel on it, and it says "Nuts about you." I know somebody who's really nuts about squirrels. Kind of a friend of a friend, and I thought, and people are allergic to nuts, so it's Stamp Camp and I wasn't sure, so I decided not to do that. But I thought it was cute, and I love these peaches, and the candy is delicious, so I went with that. Okay, I forgot to add, I want to add "Have a Peachy Day," so let's add that real quick. And I'm just going to go right on top of the peach with that. This is basic gray. You can use any darker color, really. Cute. Okay, now to put this down, I went over, you can kind of go in between a string if you want. That way the people don't have to destroy too much to get it open. And I put dimensionals down. Someone else used some of the tear tape, you know, to kind of go around that curve. I thought those are both good ideas. Dimensionals kind of give it, if I go on both sides, I thought that might be good. Maybe small ones. You could also put this on the lid if you wanted to, which is cute. Okay, there is my little jar of peaches. I hope you like the peach set, and the cards I've made, I hope that you will check them out. I have an Etsy store, and I've just started, I don't think I've even made the listings live yet, but I've just started putting my cards up there in little collections. I don't know that I'll put this up there because it might be hard to ship, but check it out. Maybe I'll have a link at my blog, bestpapercuts.com. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!